Arthur Morgan was molded in certain areas, then becoming a representation, but probably not why you would think. But things for him became, if he wasn't seen pushing the line, no one would. Living life on the outside, a lot of his thoughts and actions were just a certain way of life, until a time came to when things became harder to do that opened his eyes. Being an outlaw, he had his good times, but of course by the time he's introduced, bad times was close ahead. After a heist goes wrong, forced him and the Vanderland gang to go on the run, now all involved to be wanted by the law more than ever before. Although he wasn't present in this situation, things were still of course expected out of him, alongside Arthur already knowing what to do. So Dutch being the leader, something telling early on would be heard once him and all get to safety.
Stay strong. Stay with me. We ain't done yet. Come on, Arthur.
As we heard, everyone needed to stay strong. Back to Arthur's role, he had to show this and set the example. But with this, and from this point forward, his biggest weakness would show, that being his code. His code means and is more than loyalty ever could have did. For the fact alone, a certain code was a way of life way before this point, even before he met Dutch, something that shows throughout. Loyalty is something that can't be taught or molded into. All it does is add to the code, and this will show. Even in harsh weather, Arthur was expected to of course follow through with his code, even when he didn't know what got the gang in this situation.
A couple more days, we'll be on the other side. You need to help me pick the others back up. You're the only one I can rely on to stay strong right now.
But having shelter for a second, we will start and see the things Arthur was against that showed his weakness after no other than John went missing.
Hello, Arthur.
Abigail?
Arthur, how you doing?
Just fine, Abigail. And you?
I need you to... I'm sorry to ask, but...
It's little John. He's got himself caught into a scrape again.
He ain't been seen in two days.
Your John will be fine. I mean, he may be as dumb as rocks and as dull as rusted iron, but that ain't changing because he got caught in some snowstorm.
Please go take a look. Javier?
Yes.
Javier, will you ride out with Arthur to take a look for John? You're the two best fit men we've got.
Now?
We're pretty worried about him.
He was hesitant for the fact alone John broke the code after going ghost from him and the rest for a full calendar. But back to the code is the only reason he was made to find him, not even having a say, being what his role was within the crew, alongside what's about to be said would go against his code.
I know.
The situation were reversed. He looked for me.
Thank you.
His gripes to a certain extent, he held his feelings in when it came to John. But again, it was because the code was broken. Even while looking for him, he still was on the fence with looking for him, going to ironically call out his own problem.
I don't know about this, Javier. I mean, we can't follow nothing.
His code will also show in a weird way, showing it took a toll on him as well, especially with everything else that transpired days before.
How you doing?
I'm miserable. Been a tough few days.
But even with his weakness showing outside of loyalty, not wanting to save him, seeing John confirms Arthur going by a certain code, which was why they didn't see eye to eye, something John even knew, knowing what Arthur lived by.
Ain't you a sorry sight? Can't argue with you there. See, I told Dutch you weren't the right man for this.
I'm sure you did.
But moving forward, a little after this, the gang was starting to, of course, do moves to prepare for themselves for the spring, having to move fast from the law. So with that, with plans of heading east coming to Arthur's attention, he was on board, ready to set the example of strength for the bunch.
But we're heading east.
For now. For now. We got this. We're safe. Stay strong, Hosea. What about you, Arthur? You doubting me too?
Never.
Good. 'Cause you know me, son. I'm just getting started. Once we get some money, well, they better send some good men after us, 'cause they ain't never gonna find us. But we need money.
Of course, Dutch.
Thank you, son. For your strength. It means a lot to me.
So, we getting out of this hellhole?
We're gonna try. Weather seems stable.
And we just robbed the Leviticus Cornwall train.
We got money in our pockets. The worst is behind us, gentlemen. So the question is, where now?
I know this country a little. I told you, we should set up camp in Horseshoe Overlook near Valentine. We'll be able to hide out there no problem, as long as we keep our noses clean.
Well, then let's go. Clean noses and everything else. Arthur, you're in that one. Bring Hosea. I know you two like to talk about the good old days and what's gone wrong with old Dutch.
And this would exactly happen. Arthur still implying a code.
And how low do you think Dutch is really going to lie? It's just, you know, maybe it's me who's changed, not him, but we kept telling him that ferry job didn't feel right. You and me had a real lead in Blackwater that could have worked out.
Maybe.
It just isn't like Dutch to lose his head like that.
Things go wrong sometimes. People die.
It's the way it is. Always has been. Me, you, Dutch. We've all been in this line of work a long time. And we're still here, so... Well, I figure we must have got it right a hell of a lot more than we got it wrong.
Him saying this alone showed how Arthur could even see things through based off, again, a code, not wanting to question where him and the gang could turn out at this point. All that mattered was the things already set in stone, more than doing selfless acts. But a lot of the things he's seen doing now, being in Horseshoe Overlook, continue to show a code he personally had. Weeks going by seeing Uncle sleep, his weakness would of course show, being his standard and role.
So, while the rest of us are busy stealing, killing, lying, fighting to try to survive, you get to think all day.
Well, it's a strange world we live in, Arthur Morgan.
Do you want to head into town? See if we can find anything out?
Sure, I got some errands to run.
Great. Go check the horses are ready.
Then having Unc set up about to now go into civilization, even duties almost got in the way of things that would actually benefit outside of a certain code.
What's happened to you, Arthur? 3 young, healthy women want you to take them a ride, and you're worried about house chores. Let's go.
Fair enough. You got me. Come on then.
And soon after, he regroups with other prominent members. A whole bar fight erupts after one member starts it, showing still things being a code thing.
Where's Bill?
Oh, man. I dread to think about it. Hey! There he is.
Watch where you're going. Take it easy,
Are you about to kiss that guy or punch him?
Oh, and we have our answer.
Tough guy.
So even by the time that ends, of course going to rescue another member would be a no-brainer on what would be next.
Sean, you found him.
Yes, I have. I know he's in Blackwater, but there's talk of them moving.
Well, if we step foot in Blackwater... Well, then we're dead men for sure.
There'll be Pinkertons all over the place, but if he's alive, we gotta try.
Of course.
He would even go and say something that of course would show his weakness, actually doing so.
Do we get a hug, Arthur? A warm embrace for a lost brother now found.
You know, nothing means more to me than this gang. The bond we share. It's the most real thing to me. I would kill for it, I would happily die for it. But in spite of all of that, I would have easily left you here to rot if Charles hadn't stopped me. I don't believe a war to that, Arthur. Get him out of here.
And still showing how serious things was for him. Ironically, around this time, running around with Hosea, he makes things clear of embodying a certain code after John was brought up. While many was willing to move on, Arthur couldn't. Of course, because again, a code was broken.
So how are things with you and John?
Fine.
Ain't it about time you let it go now?
It was a year, Hosea. He ditched us for a goddamn year.
I've spoken to him many times. He knows he did wrong. He just wants to put it behind him.
I'm sure he does. Running off on that kid is one thing, but there's a code, and he knows that. He ain't Trelawney. Dutch and you pretty much raised him.
I know. But it's done. Has been for a while now.
Nobody else would have been welcomed back that easy after that long, and you know it.
Again, this was also one of the reasons why he pushed his role hard and lived by his code, thinking he had a lead on one of their sworn enemies. Of course, his mindset shows this to be another day based off his weakness.
Okay then, partner. Why don't you take a few of us up there right now? I got this, Dutch. Should be fun.
With this, though, he brings John along, still showing the code he lived by. Again, his thinking alone is what had them not even see eye to eye at this point.
How you holding up, John?
Fine. Still ain't right, but I'm fine.
You damn well should be after all that bed rest.
Hey, all right.
Abigail wouldn't let me up. You know her. She won't be reasoned with.
Well, when you was having a failure of reason and hiding behind your woman, we were getting shot at.
And I'd do the same for you, if you was in a bad way.
I hope so. But I fear you don't know how to help anyone. Except in yourself.
But Arthur jumping up in the first place in this encounter, then going to berate John by not doing things a certain way, showed although he did things how he seen fit, wouldn't stop what was going to happen eventually.
You all right?
Sure. Thank you.
And even getting saved by a guy that was in a crew he hated, the code still got in the way of taking them in. Things not feeling right.
All right, then, go on. Get out of here.
Hey?
I won't kill you.
I didn't set you up.
Get lost.
Shit, lost.
I'm letting you run away. Now go on. Get out of here.
That's as good as killing me. Out there, without you, Como just was gonna lose his mind about this.
So?
So I'm one of you now.
Give me a break.
Keep in mind, though, the end goal was getting out. Meanwhile, Arthur started to realize what he lived by was starting to be eliminated.
Feels like things have changed. The whole world's changed. But they don't want folk like us no more. We're being hunted.
This is telling alone for the fact he knows, showing he's not blind doing what he was doing. It was just how he always lived. But back to the code, telling things still would show.
Trust Dutch, Mr. Morgan. You have to.
Having to trust Dutch was for the fact alone everyone was again living by a certain code, spilling into a certain way of life as a whole. But back to Arthur, everything still involved that even when he saw things different, a code was still there, even when he wasn't so sure.
They got Micah and the sheriffs in Strawberry, and there's talk of hanging.
Here's open. Arthur, what?
No, I ain't saving that fool.
I can't go. My face will be all over West Elizabeth. I am asking.
He would do it for you. I don't think he would, but fine, all right. I'll get to it, Dutch. Just can't drop everything.
He takes his time on this, but of course it gets done. So with his living and role being what it was, though, of course doing things he always did would be not a problem when it simply wasn't. And with that, things still went back to a code.
Thought you wanted me here to show some strong arm. That's usually how it goes.
It's legal work, Mr. Morgan. Debtors belong in prison. We are doing them a favor.
Aye, I'll make sure they see it in them terms.
But him now collecting debt, it didn't matter what others went through, getting a kick from it because of his weakness and being he was earning.
Our accounts are up to date. Sad sacks, a lot of them.
Good, very good.
My pleasure.
Well, if it's pleasure you're after, there is one other. This farmer preacher fellow I met in Valentine, Mr. Downs.
The opinionated little do-gooder? Yeah, I know the one. I certainly know the type.
Thank you, Herr Morgan.
There's no need to thank me. Like you said, it's pleasure I'm after.
If he doesn't have the money, beat him.
Well, I usually do.
I know.
In doing this, he continued to show it, not caring about anyone else, but what he lived by and what was needed to continue for him and all.
Oh, come here, you maggot.
Please, sir.
Really? Threaten me, would you?
Please. I have a family, sir. Please.
I don't care about your family. You owe me money. Why'd it have to come to this, huh?
Believe...
You borrowed money from my business partner, Herr Strauss. You owe him, you took the money. He wants it back, what's not to understand?
Where's our money?
I don't have it.
Sell your place.
We already owe more than it's worth.
Then sell your wife, or your family, or something. We ain't your idea of charity. Is that clear?
Thomas!
What are you looking at?
Thomas!
I said what you looking at, woman.
My husband isn't well.
If we could just have more...
Like I said, we ain't nobody's idea of charity. Get us the money.
Even seeing him meet up with people from his past, it was clear the code he lived by would never leave him.
You're... Oh, you'll never change. I know that.
So things being a certain way in all areas, of course things would soon catch up.
That was fun, boys. Real fun. We can see what they call you the professionals in the outfit.
Shut up.
Yeah.
We still need a real big take. Enough for us to get out of here.
Was that a setup? Law turned up real fast.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I'm starting to get nervous.
Think they followed us from Blackwater?
Maybe. They found me already near Horseshoe, but I think this lot was just locals.
I hope so.
And later, outside of feeling the squeeze, with no choice or reason to do anything different, even would show his weakness still.
Would you do something with Jack?
He seems kind of down. All this upheaval can't have been easy on the poor kid.
Why? Because I'm your preferred nursemaid?
Because he likes you and, well, you know his father's useless.
He goes fishing with Jack for his own code, alongside picking up where others lacked. But even with that, the code still would show after getting confronted by the guys they all were running away from, showing loyalty, but that was again a part of him, without anyone's leadership. But the code being everything else in this situation, being what else to do in a life he felt he knew too well.
Arthur, isn't it? Arthur Morgan? Who are you?
Yes, Arthur Morgan, Vanderlyn's most trusted associate. You've read the files. Typical case. Orphaned street kid seduced by that maniac's silver tongue and matures into a degenerate murderer. Agent Milton?
Pinkerton Detective Agency, seconded to the United States government. Nice to finally meet. You know a lot about you, do you? You're a wanted man, Mr. Morgan. $5,000 for your head alone. $5,000? For me? Can I turn myself in?
We want Vanderlyn.
Old Dutch. I haven't seen him for months.
That's so. Because I heard a guy fitting his description robbed a train belonging to Leviticus Cornwall up near Granite Pass.
Oh, ain't that a little old-fashioned nowadays?
Apparently not. Listen. This is my offer, Mr. Morgan. Bring in Vanderlyn, You have my word you won't swing.
Oh, I ain't gonna swing anyways, Agent,
Milton.
You see, I haven't done anything wrong, aside from not play the games to your rules.
Spare me the philosophy lesson. I've already heard it from Mac Callender.
Mac Callender?
He was pretty shot up by the time I got to him. So really, it was more of a mercy killing. Slow, but merciful.
You enjoy being a rich man's toy, dear.
I enjoy society, flaws and all. You people venerate savagery, and you will die. Savagely. All of you.
Oh, we're all gonna die, Agent.
Some of us sooner than others. Good day, Mr. Morgan.
Goodbye.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Just met some folk. I better go speak with Dutch.
We got a problem.
What? I just met some guys out near the river. A fella named, Milton, and, I don't remember the other fella's name. Ross. Milton and Ross. And they are employees of the Pinkerton Detective Agency. And they know about the train, and they know we're here.
Were you followed back here?
No, they know we're near here. And they want you, Dutch. They offered me my freedom in exchange, they did.
Why didn't you take it?
Very funny. Well, what do we do now?
Things going how it was, it continued to be played on Arthur's mind, still showing his weakness though, after accepting what could come being how he lived.
I was the prize pony once. Now I'm the workhorse. Listen, Dutch is... But, well, you was at that thing in Blackwater. We already seen Pinkertons here. New century's coming. This life, this way, well, we're the last, I reckon. And we ain't long for it.
And that's the way it goes, I guess.
For me, yes.
But even then, more telling things will show. Ironically, going with John to herd sheep, a whole argument starts between the two, based off a code that wasn't followed.
Why are you being so cagey about all this?
Always playing some goddamn game.
Me? I ain't the one taking Jack on fishing trips.
No, you ain't. If you say the boy ain't yours, what's the difference? You probably only run off again.
Arthur's point all was a certain code. The two growing up with each other though, John shows the code he lived by wasn't all roses. Alongside, it was his life, which was again why Arthur was on him, knowing John still had the things Arthur lost a long time ago.
Why are you so interested in my life? Ain't you got one of your own?
Just do one thing or another. Not be two people at once, that's all I'm saying. It ain't that simple.
You know that as well as anyone. Same as with you and that girl, what was her name, Mary?
That was different. No, it ain't. Just the same. Anyway,
For the love of God, will you tell me what you got me doing here before I turn around and hit the breeze?
He changed the subject as we heard for the obvious, but after this, only would confirm, alongside still showing his weakness once things turn.
Leopold, my good friend, as long as you're here, why don't you and John go make sure there ain't no funny business?
Of course.
Gentlemen?
Drink?
Sure.
I guess the Dutch Vanderlyn Finishing School has some strange graduates. That it does. To your good health. Thank you.
Vanderlyn! Get out here! Get out here
What the
now! Vanderlyn! You don't know me, but you keep robbing me! My name is Leviticus Cornwall. I am not a man to be messed with by the likes of you! Get out here before I have these men killed!
What do you think?
Get out here!
Well, depraved piece of trash! You start spinning the yarn. When I think the moment's right, I'll make a move. Got where I am by letting scum like you rob from me? Vandalin, you're done!
We'll get back to camp. We're gonna gather the troops and get them to start packing up.
Sure. We can't stick around after this.
Let's go!
With this, plans became now moving south, still having to, of course, play his role on the way to finding a new area to set up, telling things would be heard.
I've only known him a few months, but the way he talks, I never thought I'd see him wanting to head south.
Right. And I know by now, there ain't no lying low.
There's too many of us for that.
Arthur, realizing lying low would be harder than what they thought, was why he continued to move by his code if it was any chance to come out to survive.
And there ain't no way Dutch is gonna just hide away in a cave somewhere. Goes against everything he stands for. That'd be admitting we're nothing more than low-down criminals.
Which we are. You don't have to tell me.
So moving on that, even seeing a family in distress was something that didn't matter, something he was called out about.
Now go on, get out of here. Go, we need the land, go.
Get the hell out of
They
here!
took off Ozza.
Who did?
Men, last night.
Where did they take him?
Ain't no business of ours. I don't even speak their language. You ain't as tough and dense as all that. Come on, Arthur.
What's going on with you?
What do you mean?
You were just going to send that woman and her children on their way?
We're wanted, man. We got Pinkertons breathing down our necks. We should be moving camp, not running off on some wild goose chase.
Come on, Arthur. That's not how you are.
Well, maybe you don't know me as well as you think you do.
Again, the code was why he was cool with this situation. This, though, turned into a moment where it shows he could still have his code, but not be so brash after being rewarded for his actions. Doing something good in the life he was in, things not having to be so pumped out and brutal.
Come on, now get out of here. This place ain't safe. Get out of here!
Ja, ja, alles klar.
Vamos!
Ich hab was für Sie. Einen Moment. Dankeschön. Thank you. Vielen Dank, herzlichen Dank.
Guess it was a pleasure.
But now in the South, days would go by to when Arthur, Dutch, and Hosea would make leisure time. With this, though, especially with what got them there, things were expected alongside being understood.
I got some ideas hatching, but I need you with me, not against me. Both of you.
Of course.
So Arthur needing to trust Dutch, more so loyalty, came with the regular, to say the least. The code stood for him when Sadie wanted to earn her keep.
Well, come with me then. You want to head out there, run with the men? So be it. But we do more than just hunting. We're hunted. And them things hunting us, well, they got guns of their own.
I ain't afraid of dying.
Good.
He even speaks on things more, going to say who was actually the target in this life.
So, what's the plan? I shoot the shopkeeper while you...
No! Are you insane?
I thought we was outlaws.
Outlaws, not idiots. We rob fools that rob other people. These people, they're just trying to get by.
And going back to them actually trying to make what they could, his code had them look at things sideways after now the bunch being involved with the law.
I told you we was moving up in this world. Deputies.
You have finally lost your mind.
And during all this, it was hard for him not to see the changes in the world, outside of trying to play the two rich families within this new town. Quickly finding a robbery to do, the code for Arthur still what it simply was. Even his advice he gives after this point was a code to follow.
Me and Dutch, and everyone who counts, we know what you do for this gang. We notice.
Keep it up. You're gonna start seeing things change for you.
then would be told about a bank. His weakness still of course showing.
Been cooking since Horseshoe, but you went and kicked up all that commotion in Valentine. Now, we was preparing to rob the bank there until you got involved in all that nonsense, and I don't know, I just feel like it's unfinished business.
That wasn't my fault. It was just one of them things.
Just one of those things was his code he followed. He would then be on board, but even with this, his code would still have to be used, collecting the last of a debt that was owed.
Mr. Morgan!
Herr Strauss?
That man. The debtor? Thomas Downs? Apparently he's dead.
Dead? Huh. Well, he didn't seem very well.
His wife. I believe he has a wife and child. She will assume the debt, of course.
Of course.
Then you can head up there and collect. We lent them a lot of money.
Okay.
Gentlemen, let's go rob ourselves a bank.
Still, this is a very good take. Dutch will be happy, even if it did come with a heap of trouble.
Ah, it was fun.
Well, maybe you're right. Now, go on, get out of here. I have some other business to attend to. Don't head directly back to camp, and make sure you ain't followed.
This is Downs.
So with this heist done, here, he's about to still be seen putting anything else aside to get what was owed.
Your husband knew the rules when he took that money. Now, I'm real sorry about the way things turned out, but he had a choice.
Ain't my fault about the way the world is.
He didn't have a choice. He was good and he did good. There wasn't no choice in that. And you've as good as killed him yourself, and don't kid yourself. You had a choice.
You speak as if killing was something I cared about.
You ever wonder about eternity? You should.
I hope it's hot and terrible, Mrs. Downs. Otherwise, I'll feel I've been sold a false bill of goods. Now, please, give me that money.
Either you got a lazy eye or lack of respect. Which is it, boy?
I ain't got no lazy eye. No respect for the likes of you.
Well, maybe when your mother's finished mourning your father, I'll keep her in black, on your behalf. You think on that, boy?
Well, maybe you shall, sir. And maybe other events will transpire.
You best stick to them books, because mark my words on this. Vengeance is an idiot's game. Ah, Mrs. Downs, thank you for your punctuality. It's next to godliness, isn't it?
That's cleanliness.
I'll have to take your word on that. Good day.
With this though, they of course will start to get deeper with their plan between the Grays and the Braithwaite families.
So what you boys thinking?
We try to rob them both.
You sure?
So with that, of course this shows his weakness as well, being this plan didn't fit his thinking or code.
Why not? Because we got lawmen in 3 different states after us.
Last thing I want is to get us into trouble, but we need money. Now, we have the opportunity here to put ourselves in the middle of something ain't nobody gonna know we was here, because even without us, these fools are gonna kill each other anyway.
Okay, well...
Think of it as payback for my daddy. Payback. I ain't in the revenge business, Dutch. Least of all for something happened a long time ago. Well, I guess we all gotta pay for something.
He continued though, not for loyalty, but the fact alone his role wasn't to think for all, alongside always things working out. And soon after this still would be clear as day.
There really better be some bloody money at the end of all this.
Hosea knows what he's doing.
Does he, though? The master finagler of nothing.
Easy, easy.
And a lot of the things he and the gang was getting into was of course the short end.
Believe the yarn spun us by one of that Gray family. Imagined we was gonna be wonderfully rich. At the end of it, we felt like prize idiots.
But of course things would start in turn after it's brought to Dutch's attention about a truce between them and the O'Driscolls. Dutch saw things through while Arthur still was on the fence with his own code.
This is horse shit from both of you. But it's worth trying for. It is worth believing in. Can't you see that, friend? I don't know.
And as many know, he was right to think how he did.
What are we doing here? Go on.
Hey! Relax. I got him. Did I kill you? Oh, not yet. No, of course not. Not yet. But I will.
Now being shot and captured by Combe, of course his weakness will still show.
Hello, Cole.
How's wound? I hardly feel it. You will. Septic, ain't nice. Now, tell me, fine gun like you, why are you still running around with old Dutch?
Could come ride with me and make real money. It ain't about the money, Cole.
Saying how things not being about money to run with Combe and his gang is telling alone. Although Combe thought what he knew why it wasn't about the money.
No.
It's Dutch's famous cars.
That's not really just it. Doing that would be everything he stood against personally, going against his own code. But even then, getting out, he implies how his code served him right, going to say he pretty much knew, which is telling for down the line.
Oh, come on, boy. Get me home.
Horse.
I told you it was a setup, Dutch. My boy, my dear boy, what? They got me. But I got away.
Yeah, you did. Miss Grimshaw, I need help. Reverend Swanson.
He's gonna set the law on us. Oh, of course he was.
You are safe now, Arthur. You're safe now.
That's pretty, Dutch. That's real pretty.
Miss Grimshaw, will you sit with him a while?
Of course. You'll be okay, Mr. Morgan. You're home.
I thought I'd be burying you, Mr. Morgan.
Well, not quite yet, Reverend.
But now back to it. This part of the South, to say the least, was all on him.
Hey, hold up. This don't feel right. Now it don't feel right? I could have told you that.
And even with losing another member with all this, his weakness would be called out. After it's reminded, everyone played their role, but Arthur's code was what got in the way. After it seemed, he was the really only one that cared for real.
He was a good kid. Well, how the hell was I to know? Let me see. They set us up once before. They didn't like us. We destroyed their farm. Should I go on? Go easy on him, Morgan. He was out trying to find a lead. Same as you, same as Hosea. All you do is complain when things don't work out. Except when it's your goddamn fault. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't give a damn about nobody but yourself. Oh, you act so high and mighty, but you're no better than the rest of us. I've ridden with you boys close on what, 6 months now? And all you ever done was complain. You can fight, but you can't think.
Arthur's code, again, is what made Arthur not think like a Micah did in this encounter. And things wouldn't help after Jack was kidnapped, adding more heat, having to deal with things, and leading a visit by the Pinkertons. With this alone, though, shows why Arthur followed a code.
Ah, Mr. Morgan, nice to see you again.
And to what do we owe the pleasure, Agent Moron?
I don't know if you're aware, but this is a civilized land now. We didn't kill all them savages only to allow the likes of you to act like human dignity, and basic decency was outmoded or not yet invented. This thing, it's done.
This place ain't no such thing as civilized.
Who made you the messiah to these lost souls you've led so horribly astray? I'm nothing but a seeker, Mr. Milton.
All sought alongside Dutch, but again, at a time this started to be halted. And keep in mind, they didn't even want Arthur or anyone else but Dutch. But no one would budge with the deal about to be proposed, saying not to say forget loyalty to Dutch. No one, including Arthur, budged for the fact alone how they lived was life, or for better words, a code within themselves, refusing it to be broken.
You came for me? Risk life and limb in this den of lowlifes and murderers so that they might live and love? Ain't that fine? I have an appointment to keep with... We have got something. Something to live and die for. How awful for us. Mr. Milton, stop following us. We'll be gone soon. I'm afraid I can't. And when I return, I'll be with 50 men. All of you will die. Run away from this place, you fools! Run! Come on. Get your damn hands off of me, boy. What now? We get out of here.
And now going to find a new spot with John, Arthur's code still would show. Being aware of everything, but still having to push through.
Look, Marston, I don't know what to tell you. Things don't always work out. That ain't nothing new.
Jack's gone. We lost Sean, Mac, Davy, Jenny. And for what?
We can't change what's done. We can only move on.
But one day, we need to start learning from our mistakes.
Come on, it ain't all bad. We've had a rocky run. We'll be okay. We'll get through it.
John would have his eyes fully open though in this, even saying how the two chose this life. Meanwhile, Arthur in the middle of this tells him not to come rabbit hole of what's going on, which was his code.
Now you can't put all this on Dutch. You're worked up, and rightly so. Just don't get too far in your head with all this. You'll never get out.
It's a goddamn mess. That poor kid. We chose this life. He didn't.
I don't know. I think this life chose us.
You, me, Dutch, Hosea. It's been a long time now.
Sure has. Lots changed.
I sometimes wonder if things was ever the way we remembered them. If we were ever who we thought we was.
Like I told you, don't go down a rabbit hole with this, Marston. That won't help nothing.
But this shows Arthur being behind and having a wrong approach with his code. To say the least, not being sure of anything.
You sure this place is empty?
I ain't sure on nothing.
With this though, him, John, and Dutch quickly goes to the place everywhere would soon be for the country, trying to get Jack back. A negotiation happening for that. The code alone made that happen. But of course, plans soon would be made. But even on the side, things showed his weakness after his code alone still showed why he even saved John's son, with his own personal things coming to an end because of his code.
What about you? I heard you ran into that Mary girl.
Yep.
And?
Got me thinking how that all ended. Long time ago now.
What happened?
Well, she didn't love me enough, I guess.
I wouldn't change.
Huh. Well, she was a fool then, Arthur.
Well, she put a lot of good years in on an outlaw. She definitely was a fool.
And even after this, of course, it's still called out.
I know Daddy was not kind to you, but surely you cannot hate a man for the sin of loving his daughter and wanting better for her than
Than me?
Than the choices you make.
What choice did I have? Did I ever have?
Oh, I know.
You had to live by your code. But your code is... well, it's not right.
But around this time, he met people within his new area, still having to be who he was, still showing his code and knowing the end result.
Gentlemen, I'm very sorry for your predicament, but I'm a working man. I got problems of my own.
We will pay you very handsomely, Mr. Morgan.
How much?
I told you, they're all mercenaries.
There's a price on my head in 2 states, my friend. The government doesn't like me any more than it does you. Like you, I've been running for as long as I can remember. And like you, my time here is nigh undone.
But getting invited to a party with people of stature, of course plans were made, especially when told about a spot that had money before all this.
I don't know if you have noticed, but we are on the clock. I reckon we got a few days before the Pinkertons show, and then, well, we're done. Now, we need money. Bronte said this place has got money. Come on!
But of course, it was a setup. Only digging the gang in a deeper hole. And in between this, where they were already was known, leading them into wanting to hit the city bank, then leaving.
Yeah, you're a good kid.
And we each got $15. Oh, and a quarter. Don't forget the quarter.
Shut up, Arthur.
So, what are we doing next, Dutch?
We just need money. One more decent take, and we're gone. The bank is our bet. Hosea agrees.
Even after that?
Especially after that.
His own code in this, though, was simply shown to be non-effective. But after this, Arthur's eyes were starting to open after Dutch started to do the opposite of what his own code was. Even then, though, his weakness was show, thinking getting revenge on the guy that set them up was business, more so revenge. Notice this is why Arthur was comfortable with this decision. Nothing to do with loyalty.
Trust me, Arthur. If it's business, well, business is business. Angelo Bronte stands between us and our future. You'll damn us all.
Again, though, he would realize it wasn't business, but back to the things that were supposed to further the gang into making an escape from the heat. Of course, his code still showed, knowing the things that would make them come out on top.
You think, Arthur?
I don't see we have a lot of choice. We linger around here, we know we're dead.
But the plan?
We got a decent bunch. We know how to fight. The city cops don't seem so tough as long as we move fast. I reckon doing it in the day with a distraction. If that's what Jose is saying, it's as good a plan as any.
I think I agree. Let's rob this bastard. Everyone, get ready. Look smart. Travel light. You got everything, Arthur?
Sure.
Let's get out of this godforsaken place and go rob ourselves a bank!
But of course, this would be a job gone bad, still going through losses. Alongside nothing to show for the code he lived by at this point.
No more deals.
Mr. Milton, this is America. You can always cut a deal.
I've given you enough chances.
Come on! No!
Oh, God damn it!
Oh, God damn them! We can't stop now, Arthur, or we're all dead. I want that bastard dead.
And getting out of the city, his weakness still would show, having to go along with this next plan to even survive.
I got it. A boat. What you mean? We stay here till nightfall. Then we sneak on down to the docks. We get ourselves out of here. Yeah, where? Any place will do. That's all I got. We leave. We lie low. We come back for the rest in a few weeks. I'm guessing it's that. We die out there right now. Exactly. Now, everybody, calm down.
The crew then would refuge with plans of going to Cuba. Things, of course, turning even more.
I ain't no sailor, but, that cloud look like good news to you?
Wake up! Come on, Arthur! Wake up! Wake up!
at this point still would show Arthur's code. Keep in mind, all their money was lost alongside not even being in Cuba.
So, what next?
I don't know. Well, next I guess we're gonna get shot.
Javier!
Oh, get out of here! Get out of here, there's a lot of them!
What do you think?
We gotta move, Dutch!
Don't lose face, son! We'll find you!
Come on, Arthur!
Rescuing Javier after he got caught up wasn't a problem at all. But in the midst of that, it simply was the things he wouldn't do.
So, what do we do when we get Javier?
Well, gonna get the hell out of here. And set sail for the one place ain't nobody gonna be expecting us. Get everybody together and get ourselves back on course.
Where would that be?
Place we just escaped from.
You want to go back to Saint Denis?
If it was you got left, you'd want us to go back.
I'd want it, but I wouldn't expect it.
That's the point. Ain't no one gonna expect it. We come back from the dead, gather everyone, and we leave before anyone realizes we've even resurrected.
An insect bite you or something? Cause you gone, friend.
Pay more. Pay now.
Dutch? What are you doing? Jesus. Easy, Dutch. What was that? Horrible old crone. But you killed her. She was gonna betray us, Arthur. Couldn't you tell? No. You think I want any of this? I don't know. Are you gonna strangle me next?
And as we're going to see, when he was solo, his code was fine. When he chose what to do, even being saluted for it with a different approach though. And soon, as many know, they made it. But it was clear things only being a matter of time.
We've been on the run for a while now, and it feels like our luck has turned. You know, and it ain't turning back. We had a good run of it, I guess.
Dutch then would have telling words. Of course, Arthur showing his weakness.
Listen, I will kill for my family. Any of you want to judge me for that? That's fine, but that is who I am. Anyone disagree? Anyone?
Dutch knew all felt this way, being the code they had. Well, mostly. And getting back to America, them not want to leave anyone else behind based off their code only would cause them to, of course, be sought after.
Now sit down.
This is Agent Milton with the Pinkerton Detective Agency.
Already?
On behalf of Cornwall, Kerosene and Tar, the United States government, and the Commonwealth of West Elizabeth.
Here we go.
We are here to arrest you. Come out with your hands up.
Give them to a count of 5, then give them everything. Actually,
Let him have it. Down. Mistook it for weakness. Now I will show strength, and you may mistake it for brutality. There is no escape for any of you. I shall hunt you to the ends of the earth and the end of time. I killed your friends.
Really starting to irritate me.
Each and every one out! You saved us, Arthur. Oh, me and Bill and Sadie. You okay, son?
Sure.
And before this, it was revealed John was arrested. So after this ambush happened, Arthur was the one to look into it, based off his code, not want to leave anyone behind in a royal way. Meanwhile, we saw Dutch not find it to be a thing urgent enough. And of course, his code would show, still trying to see things through. He would even say to Dutch he wasn't the only one that mattered. With the code he had, especially with seeing again the things Dutch did recently, he made sure he didn't do his whole life.
Arthur, do you have my back?
Always, Dutch. But there's more than your back to worry about. We need more money. We've been on the run for months now, and I seen you killing folk in cold blood like you always told me not to, and I'm sorry, but I can't help but think that if we
There is country in Roanoke Ridge past Butcher Creek I believe we could hold.
Okay.
You and Charles, you could take folks up that way.
And now moving, trying to find a new spot, he would do what he stood for. Earlier, as we seen, he wouldn't care, but he started to realize that again, he didn't have to use his code how he always did, as far as being cold with it.
It's okay. It's okay. Shh. You're safe. It's okay. Come on. It's time to go. It's okay. Okay. Let's go.
But even with this good thing, his code he did for things prior will go and bite him, seeing the damage he caused, being for nothing, months after the fact.
Mrs. Downs?
Oh no. You leave me alone. You just leave me alone.
Thanks, buddy.
And at this point, he wasn't even with the code of the Vanderlyn gang, while still having his own and seeing what it amounted to, which was again, nothing.
How you get on?
Okay. Found a girl. Took her home.
Oh.
So, Dutch, did you miss me?
I found her drunk in Saint Denis.
You're back. How jolly, Miss O'Shea.
It's funny, you sack of shit.
Back
Who
and
are you?
drunk.
The Master, the Lord
Molly.
God Almighty.
Calm down.
I won't be ignored. Dutch Vanderlyn, I am him. I did. I told them.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I told them and I tell them again. Now I've got God's ear.
You told who what?
Mr. Milton and Mr. Ross about the bank robbery, and I wanted them to kill you.
You did what?
I loved you, you goddamn bastard! Go on, shoot me!
She ain't worth it.
You told on me.
Oh, you're
You
not so
betrayed
big now,
me.
are you?
Why?
Just calm down.
Arthur?
She's a fool. Get her out of here.
You know the
You're
rules.
not so big now, are we, Your Majesty?
You...
She knew the rules, Arthur. What the hell is wrong with you?
He knew the rules, but he seen what he never did as far as seeing points against Dutch. This alone, he had to do what he seen was right, like always, but seeing wrong more than right at this point. Knowing John had a family, he would go and start and try to break him out of prison, going to meet up with Sadie.
Mister, you don't look so good. Let's get you to a doctor.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'll be fine in a minute.
Can I help you?
I need a doctor.
Look, friend, I don't mean nothing, but you got money? I mean, before I start treating you, 'cause I got a family.
Yeah, I understand. Here, that do.
Sure. Thank you. Now, what's wrong? I mean, what appear to be the symptoms?
Well, I think you've heard them. I'm coughing.
Is there any blood?
Sometimes.
Okay, now here. Breathe. Again. Let me see your tongue. Say ah.
Ah. What is it?
It's not good news.
I guess that.
You got tuberculosis.
His code alone was what got him sick and about to die. It was just a time his code made sense. But now he had to think about every move he made from this point forward. Now going to use his code for good other than the bad he thought was good.
We can't change what's done. We can only move on.
You have it in you, I can tell. He didn't have a choice. He was good and he did good.
Any problems coming in?
Nah.
Guess they know now we ain't in the city.
Who, Mr. Milton's friends?
Yeah, they've had patrols out ever since you boys disappeared. Well, at least you're alive.
For now, yeah.
What happened to Dutch? Because he seems...
I don't know. Seems as what began happening in Blackwater began happening years ago, maybe.
So he would find John, and soon after getting him out, not caring about how anyone felt, being this was again his code, not being cool with leaving anyone behind. He would even warn Marston about what's going on, but as we're going to see, Arthur just had to get the beratement because of his code, really living his while Dutch was playing like he was, trying to call him unloyal.
And I should warn you, Dutch didn't want us breaking you out. Said it wasn't the right time, so might not be the hero's welcome you're imagining.
So much for no man left behind.
Dutch ain't himself right now. Or maybe he just ain't who we thought he was.
Guess we don't need to worry about who's his favorite no more.
John! What are you doing here?
It's good to see you too, partner.
I meant I hadn't sent for you yet.
I went.
But I said that.
Yeah, I know what you said. I felt different.
Is that so?
Yes.
He still would have to do things he wouldn't, Dutch doing his thing, killing Cornwall, but what mattered was running into Edith, even calling out his own weakness, along more confirmation for him to use his code for good now.
Just go away.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but well,
you're sorry. Yeah, I heard you.
But, I mean, well, this country is man unleashed. That's the thing, and it ain't my fault any more than it's anyone else's.
Man unleashed? Then unleash goodness. Not just hell's feeble brothers, sir.
But how? I mean, all I know how to do is fight, I guess. I was set free to fight.
He would even go out his way to help her son. Although he couldn't change what happened, again, his code could at least give him and them closure from what was done. And even that was still a step. Going to her son again, we see Arthur apologetic, but most importantly, showing his code wasn't something he didn't even think about, being a natural way of life for him.
I don't know, I said I had the money. She said your money weren't moral. She said it'd be better to die than to take it.
Maybe she's right, I don't know. I don't know anything about morals.
But back to the gang, what they had going on was again things that brought the bad out of his code. Even by the time Colm O'Driscoll was hanged, he didn't even care, especially with coming to gripes of Dutch's change.
Now keep those fingers off those triggers, because we'll need cool heads and calm dispositions to see this done.
Practice what you preach, brother.
Whatever do you mean?
Are you gonna keep your cool? Really? When you seem to lose it all so often now.
This doubting and questioning of yours, I miss the old Arthur. Don't we all?
Dutch saying how he missed the old Arthur, and him even agreeing, shows him knowing too much at this point, acknowledging when simpler times when things within the gang actually mattered with his code.
You don't sound very well.
I'm not. I think I'm dying.
Then I hope you find peace.
I don't know too much about peace.
Of course, peace was never even thought about because of his code, but his code simply started to be encouraged again to be used for good. Even going back to camp, realizing using his code for the wrong things, this time around he does the opposite, but it's still being his code.
Leaving again?
Yes, just leaving. I'll see you soon.
Perhaps.
What do you mean?
Well, if I was you, I'd disappear too. This is all pretty much over.
I'll be back.
No, you won't. Let's not pretend no more. Get out of here.
I'll miss you, Arthur. You've been a fine friend to me.
No, let's not get over sentimental. Come on, the place is quiet. Get out of here. Go with my blessing.
Thank you, Arthur.
And moving forward, we see why his code was what it was, now in a different lane, realizing he lived a lie, again outside of Dutch.
You still working?
Is anybody still working? The whole goddamn place full of people bickering, fighting and lying. It makes me real sad.
I know. I need someone to ride with me.
Do what?
Finish off them O'Driscolls. I hear the last of them is holed up at Hanging Dog Ranch.
I don't have it in me no more. I saw Colm swing. I just don't care.
I was a married woman. You know what they did to me.
I'll tell you what. I'll do it. But there's something you could help me with. Abigail? Jack? John? Make sure they make it. I mean, this whole thing is pretty much done. But when the time comes...
How do you mean?
When the time comes, you help them.
What do you mean?
I mean it. Help them escape. When I... You know, you and me, we're more ghosts than people. But them...
Even wanting the Marston family to get out showed what we seen earlier to of course be a different tune. For the fact alone, he thought he had what he didn't, which was why his code was what it was in the first place, thinking he had a family. Still having his code though, he of course took things personal when it came back to things he was always of course living by.
Was you followed? Excuse me?
Was you followed?
You know who you're talking to.
I ain't sure. I ain't sure about much no more. All I know is there's law whenever you're around.
Is that so? Because it seems to me that since you've been riding with us, there ain't been nothing but trouble. Stirring things up all the time, getting in Dutch's ear. Seems wherever you is, there's Pinkertons and vice versa. So you better watch your goddamn mouth, boy! Or...
Take it easy, cowboy. You're gonna do yourself a mischief way you're heading.
Micah, shut it!
He started it! Dutch says we is to go on with plans to create a diversion. You boys got this.
Shit. Guess we have. Come on, Arthur.
And Cowpoke, take it easy. You could do with a vacation, hmm?
And with his time ticking, by the time he even had time to talk to John, we will still see his weakness, but in a way, of course, never seen before.
I feel like I just don't know Dutch no more.
You ain't the only one.
And this plan to get us out, it just feels... I don't know.
Like he's stringing us along, I know.
I mean, I love Dutch. He saved me a long time ago. I feel like in Saint Denis, when I got arrested, maybe he could have done something.
I feel like you should take your woman and child and get lost.
Do you?
John was shocked here for the fact alone. This is why they could never click once he left him and all. But even with this, it'll only get deeper.
What about loyalty?
Be loyal to what matters.
This still shows the code he always lived by. For the fact alone, it was a time loyalty, something that was always in him, alongside the gang, was something that mattered. And keep in mind, his code is what made him okay with his life. But seeing what became of things, of course, filling into John was his last choice, hoping for the best.
What are you gonna do?
I'll be okay, but do it for me. It would make me feel good, if that makes any sense.
And after the task at hand was done, his weakness still would show.
Well, I guess old Dutch got all the smoke he wants.
Well, let's hope so.
You really think that that'll draw attention away from us?
I guess we'll see. Tell the truth, I ain't even sure I fully understand Dutch's plan with all this.
Like I said, John, when the time comes, you go.
What about loyalty to everything?
You've been loyal. I've been loyal. Look what that cost. You know, all that ever mattered to me was loyalty. It's all I knew. It's all I ever believed in.
As we heard, all that mattered to him and what he always knew was loyalty. That being a code thing, not because it was asked. This is why he was salty at John when everyone already forgave him. And most importantly, this is why he even gave his all with things, although sadly, now knowing it being for nothing. Arthur himself was who gave John hope after he lost it, but again to what really mattered, his family, after Arthur realized the Vanderlyn gang wasn't his family.
Well, not anymore, John. Soon, you gotta go. Go. Don't look back.
I'll think about it.
I've done a lot of thinking. Look at us. Out here risking our necks, and for what exactly? For an idea that don't work no more.
I don't know, Arthur.
Nor do I. But I'm seeing things a lot more clearly now. I wish things were different. But it weren't us who changed.
Yeah!
But even with this, he still sticks with his code, dropping what he thought mattered, now picking up on what really did to him. Though how it always been, but actually for good in a bad situation and bad choices. So of course, when it came back down to the BS, this was something he was hurt by, but confirming he's making the right choice, especially after seeing his code affect others and what he got out of things.
Dad? I need help! I need help! You silly fool!
You saved my life more than once. To give mine for yours, it's as it should be. We need to go. I've got to take the boy to his father.
Even taking a dying eagle's flies to rain's fall, things will still show his weakness.
My friend, I'm sorry. About this, about all of this.
You have nothing to be sorry for.
You know, Dutch is... I guess my thinking is he used you. He wasn't trying to help anyone but himself and his own crazy principles.
We're grown men. Nobody made us do anything.
Maybe I'm talking for my people as much as for yours. There used to be some reason to it. Lines that couldn't be crossed. We even helped some folk. Those lines have been gone for some time now.
The time has come for us to draw our own lines, Arthur. Decide where we go from here.
What are
Move. And fast. I'll stay and help them.
Yeah, I'll stay too.
No, my friend. You have others who need you. Good people.
Now in his final moments, but gave more time, came from the ones that he saved early on, which speaks volumes for the fact alone that was the first time he actually used his code for good in a real way. And at this point, everyone for the most part left, but his code simply now would show Dutch all he needed to know, realizing he was seeing things different. Arthur though would think John was took out, while of course doing BS mixed in with the code, wanting to save him. So thinking John was dead, more telling things would show after Abigail was taken by the law.
She's just a girl. They won't do nothing to her. But me and the boys know.
Yep.
We need to keep riding on this one, Dutch. You know it. Every man here knows
So we
it.
just gonna let the boy be made an orphan?
It ain't like that.
What is it like?
I wanna live, cowpoke. I still got the choice. Dutch, it's just a girl.
You're right.
Dutch, Micah, it pains me to say it, Arthur, but he's right.
Dutch!
Come on, boys.
Seeing how Dutch turned shows Arthur really was the one with his code, but again, for what he realized was a lie. So of course, he would use his code to at least save Abigail and Jack, and the small few that was left.
Well, I guess that's that then. All them goddamn years. Mrs. Adler, ride with me.
Thinking John was gone after this, nothing else was to lose. With the information he had got, his next move would be his best move. Of course, still things being a code thing. Even his flashbacks from what was heard throughout are telling, showing his weakness still, but all being when his code was used for good. Even with the low honor went back to his code. That was the redemption. Again, one last time, using his code for good.
Well, you're a good man. I just wish you'd done it before he worked himself into the grave.
And all you can do now is decide the man you want to be for the time you have left.
You saved my life. You're a good man. Thank you, fella. You know, there ain't enough kindness in this world, that's for sure.
Now going to confront the last of the gang, again with nothing else to lose, his weakness still showed. Of course, snitching be a part of his code as well.
I just saw Agent Milton, Dutch. Abigail shot him. She's okay. Not that you care too much about that. You rats. All of you. Seems old Micah was pretty close with Milton.
What the hell are you talking about, cowpoke?
You talked.
That's a goddamn lie.
Dutch.
Dutch, think of the future.
Milton told me.
And you believe him, Black Lung? You believe him?
It all makes sense now.
No, it damn well doesn't.
Dutch, think.
Dutch, be practical now.
Dutch!
But now seeing John alive, this was all he needed, living the same code he always did.
All of you, you pick your side now because this is over. All them years, Dutch, for this snake.
Oh, be quiet, cowpoke. Be quiet.
You be quiet, Mr. Bell, and put down your gun.
There's Pinkertons coming, fast!
Now! Bell, over here. Think for yourself. He's lying. Put your guns down! God damn it! Move! John?
Yeah. The last of his strength was, of course, getting John out of the way. Get into a clear space, he does what he always would have did if things didn't turn out how they did.
All right, Arthur, come on, let's go.
You go.
Keep pushing, Arthur.
No. No. I think I've pushed all I can.
Come on.
You go.
We ain't got time for this, not now.
We ain't both gonna make it. Go. Now. I'll hold them off. It would mean a lot to me. Please. There ain't no more time for talk. Go.
Arthur.
Go to your family.
Arthur!
Get the hell out of here and be a goddamn man.
You're my brother.
I know. I know. God damn you bastards!
I got you now, Black Lung!
Rat! You rat!
Ah!
It is over. Now. Arthur. It's over. Oh, Dutch.
And seeing Dutch in his last couple minutes, telling things with a court show.
He's sick. He's dying. He's talking crazy.
I gave you all I had.
Arthur saying how he gave Dutch all he had, he's referring to his code. This is what got him sick, losing his family outside of him, even losing Mary. That was a time he used his code with an iron fist instead of a brain, trying to get out like everyone wanted for each other, but being failed by the reality that it wasn't no escape.
I did.
Come on, Dutch.
I tried. In the end, I did.
Come on. Let's go. We can make it.
The rest being history, Arthur's life was inevitable. His dad lived a life he got into, already signing up for a narrow road, this starting his code growing up of what to be. His teens, guys with game came along continuing his code if he ever wanted to live how he seen fit. With his adult years, his chance of having a family, having a son and potential wife, but then getting killed, already would continue the code, being at this point he thought he had a family, all on the same thing, not wanting to make the mistakes he did for them to be gone. So of course, when he's realized his code wasn't everyone else's, alongside mistakes still being made, he still had what he had in him, even when he had no hope for him and all. even before getting sick. The things that made his code was not leaving anyone behind and willing to do whatever to get to the promised land as far as an escape. Sadly, that's all that ever happened to him, which is why Arthur's biggest weakness was his code.